Hi. This is the beginning of my living in the moment life. Hello again and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Vicki. And in today's video, it's going to be another one of the get to know me tags. Now, I seen this done on another fellow creator, YouTuber that I watch. His name is Steve. I think his channel's name is Steve Young 74, 94. It used to be Steve Young Pine, but I'm probably saying it wrong. I should have looked it up before I come in here. But I think it's called Steve Young 74. I think that's his channel. And it's a bunch of questions to get to know me better, things that about me. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started with it. And there's actually 18 questions on here. And collar's kind of choking me. The first one is, do you like liver? Yes, I do. Any kind of liver. I love liver. Chicken liver, cow livers, pig livers, rooster livers. I love livers. My mom used to fix livers smothered with onions and gravy when we were growing up as kids, and I still like it today as an adult. There's nothing better to me than a good plate of fried chicken livers. If they're not fried real hard and crunchy, but just fried up enough where they're soft and chewy, that is the best kind of livers. And the second one, which this really doesn't even apply to me, it said, did I pass my GED test the first time I took it? Well, I never took the GED test. I'm a high school dropout. I never finished high school, and I never went back and took the GED. So that question doesn't even apply to me. I did go ahead and write it down for those of you who may want to also do this tag. But no, I didn't pass the GED test because I never took the GED test. What is my favorite flavored ice cream? Chocolate chip mint is my very favorite. Do I like to cook? Well, it's weird. I didn't really enjoy cooking that much until I started my YouTube channel, because I'm cooking for just me and it's kind of hard to come up with things. But when I started my YouTube channel and I began to cook different recipes to make videos, I usually divide in half what I'm cooking and take to my neighbor. Excuse me, I got a little cough. So therefore, I do enjoy cooking now. And what was my favorite subject in school? My favorite subject in school was science and biology. I loved to discover things, to mix up chemicals and stuff in the lab, and just doing things with dissecting. I remember we dissected a worm. I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't, but to me it was fun. I just always have enjoyed science and biology. Do you like ketchup? Yes, I do. And my favorite ketchup is Heinz 57. What is my favorite hobby? I guess my favorite hobby would be sewing. I love to sew. I have actually made my own patterns when I sew, but I know how to use a pattern like they sell at Walmart too. The ones the paper patterns that you lay down. I know how to use those too, but I have made my own patterns for stuff that I've wanted. Do I like animals? Yes, I like animals, all kinds of animals. I was kind of a tomboy growing up. I liked to play with frogs and bugs and snails, lizards, little baby snakes. Somewhere I've got a picture of me holding a pet snake that I had. Turtles, sheep, pigs, horses, donkeys. I like all of them. Right now, the only pet that I have is a dog, but I'm thinking about getting either a rabbit or a parakeet. I don't know which one. The rabbit would be company for Jade. The parakeet would be company for me, because I used to raise parakeets and I've had parakeets lots of times, and I just really enjoy that. They are kind of messy, but you could just take like plastic saran wrap put around their cage. That kind of helps with the seeds and stuff. My favorite color is green. What is my favorite book? Well, I guess, I don't really know. Um, when I was a child growing up, the book that I remember that sticks out of my mind that I read as a child was called The City Under the Back Steps. And I still remember that book. I don't know why, because I used to read all the time. Out of all the books that I read, that one sticks in my memory. So I guess I'll have to say The City Under the Back Steps. Who is my favorite author? Anne Rule. And the reason I like her, she is a author that writes about true crime, murder mysteries, and they're true. They're actual true stories that happen. And her books are always very interesting to read. My favorite candy. What is my favorite candy? My favorite candy is a Three Musketeers or a Milky Way. I like both of those. What is my favorite food? Chinese. I love Chinese food. Of course, I don't eat a whole lot of it now since I've tried to cut back on calories. Imagine there's a lot of calories in the Chinese, but really love a good Chinese buffet. Yes. What is my best food experience? Gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, that's kind of hard to say. I guess I should have read these and thought about it before I come on here. My best food experience, I guess I could say, would be going to a Chinese buffet and finding my favorite foods on there. One of the things that I enjoyed on a Chinese buffet is the buttered chicken. So I guess I'd say that, finding buttered chicken on a Chinese buffet. What is my worst food experience? This one I know. And if y'all watched my channel and you've seen it on there when I made that chili with that fake meat, that fake hamburger meat, that was my worst food experience. That stuff was horrible. Wasn't worth the price that I paid for the meat. That it wasn't even real meat. It was soybean tofu meat. Anyway, it was horrible chili. The dog wouldn't even eat it. I think I ended up throwing it in the garbage, which was a total waste of money. Do I like to bowl? No, I do not. What is my favorite type of music? My favorite type of music is from the 80s. I love to listen to that when I'm driving in my car. 80s, that's the best. And the last one is, what is the scariest thing that ever happened to me? Scariest thing that ever happened to me. I guess I would have to say when I was diagnosed with cancer, because I had never had any kind of doings with that. Nobody in my family had had it. And the only thing that I could do to deal with it and handle it was I checked out a bunch of reference books and I bought a bunch of books on cancer and I read up and I studied on the different types of cancers and the treatments that they did and things that you could do to help prevent from getting it. And so that was probably the most scariest thing, because at one point I remember I thought I could actually die from cancer. If I hadn't caught it early enough, which I did, and it had spread through my body, I could have actually died from cancer. So that was a pretty scary thing. So that's it. That is the 18 questions about me. I hope you got to know me a little bit better by watching this video and listening to my answers. And I would be interested in seeing you do the same video if you would like to. So thank you very much for coming to my channel and visiting with me. And y'all come back and see me any old time. Bye for this one.